Episode 8 Trading Shame for Grace. Welcome to Strength Exchange, the podcast where we trade the heavy for the holy. I'm your host, Juanita, and I'm so glad you're here. Today, we are talking about something that so many of us carry often quietly: shame. That heavy feeling that whispers, "You're not enough. You should have known better. You've gone too far. God could never really use someone like you." Maybe you have experienced shame from your past. Maybe it's connected to choices you regret. Maybe it's connected to your body, your struggles, your failures, or the seasons where you feel like you fell short. But today I want to remind you of this truth. Shame was never meant to be your identity, because when Jesus looks at you, he does not see you through the lens of your worst moment. He sees you as his beloved daughter. There's a difference between conviction and shame. Conviction says, "This is something I want to yield and surrender to God." Shame says, "This is who you are." But Jesus came to set us free from the things that keeps us trapped. Romans 8 verse 1 reminds us, "There is now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus." No condemnation. That means we don't have to live constantly replaying our mistakes. We don't have to keep pushing ourselves for what Jesus already paid for. The enemy wants us to stay focused on our failures because shame keeps us hiding, but grace invites us into the light. Grace says, "Come closer. Let me restore you. Let me remind you who you are." I know this personally. For many years, I carried my own shame. I carried a weight of struggles I thought I should have overcome. I believed I needed to fix myself before I could truly walk in freedom. But God showed me something powerful. I wasn't changed because I finally became strong enough. I was changed when I surrendered my weakness and allowed His strength to work in me. That is the heart of the exchange. I give Him my shame and He gives me His grace. I give Him my brokenness and He gives me restoration. I give Him my past and He gives me a new identity. Maybe today you are carrying something you have never spoken about. Maybe there's a part of your story you keep hidden because you are afraid of people will see you differently. But your story is not a place of shame. In the hands of God, your story becomes a testimony of His grace. The place where you have felt the weakest can become the very places where His strength is revealed. You are not defined by what you did. You are not defined by what happened to you. You are not defined by the mistakes you have made. You are not defined by you are defined by who God says you are. Forgiven, redeemed, loved, chosen. So today I want to invite you into an exchange. What is the shame you have been carrying? Can you place it in the hands of Jesus? Can you trade the weight of shame for the freedom of grace? Because Jesus did not come to remind you of everything you've done wrong. He came to remind you of everything He has already done for you. Thank you for joining me today on Strength Exchanged. Remember, freedom is not found in carrying more. Freedom is found in surrendering what was never ours to carry. Let's keep trading the heavy for the holy. Until next time, God bless.